yesterday. Now, let's go to Stilfontein in the northwest, where 2 more illegal miners were retrieved today. Newzroom Afrika's Juniour Khumalo is there for us for an update. Mtunga, good to have you this afternoon. What are we learning?
Thank you for having us, Mr. Mdluli. We did confirm today that 2 individuals actually have resurfaced. They were assisted by some of the volunteers who include the community members here. They are the ones who are basically helping them to come up. We did see some of those visuals of those individuals being pulled out from that shaft. As soon as they were pulled out, they were attended to by medical personnel. They were then loaded into those 2 ambulances, and they were driven to the Stilfontein hospital that is about 15 minutes from where we are. So those were the developments that happened today. But also a few minutes before this crossing, Mr. Mdluli, we did get confirmation from the SAPS that they did receive a court order that was issued by the Pretoria High Court. Basically, this court order came after an application by the Society for the Protection of Our Constitution. This organization went to the courts after those utterances made by the minister in the presidency saying that these individuals that are underneath that mine should be smoked out. So part of what is said contained in that court order is that the mine shaft, which is situated here in Stilfontein, that forms part of the subject of this application, shall be unblocked and may not be blocked by any person or institution, whether big government or private. And part of that order also says that any of the miners trapped in the mine should be permitted to exit this mine. So this was the court order that was issued by the Pretoria High Court today, basically saying that every effort should be made to ensure that all of these individuals that are trapped underneath can make their way out. But Thabo, right now joining me is one of the individuals that was actually pulled out of that mine shaft yesterday. He came out of that mine shaft after 2 months, spending 2 months in that shaft. But because of fear of being persecuted, we will not be showing his name. We will not be showing his face or announcing his name. But we will be trying to get more information from him on how the situation is down there. Putwam, thank you so much for joining us at Newzroom Afrika today. You spent 2 months underneath in that shaft. How is the situation there, and how did you end up coming out?
Ndiyabula ngithuba ndilifumeneyo. Ndisuka underground. Bengithi ngiyozama ngizamela abantwana bamalale bedlile nefamily yami yonke ngobuninzi bayo, because sendiyi-breadwinner vele ekhaya because akusekho tata akukho mama, ndimo seshiyekile omdala ekhaya, so kumele ndizama ngamandla ngoba kuyitliwe endlini. So ndithe xa ngifika underground isimo si-critical too much, because ukusebenza underground kunzima, kufuna umuntu ohleli enamandla ngokuthi ufumane ukudla ngamaxesha wonke. So kuthe kusofika i-operation yamaphoyisa avala mgodi, yonke into yaqala sazibona njengabantu aba-trapped underground, bangasakufumana sincedo kwinto yonke, because abanye bethu batya ipilisi, i-treatment. So i-treatment singakhona ukuyifumana, singasakhona ufumana namanzi okuphuza, khona ufumana nokutya. That was end up sesibona ukuthi le operation lena ikhona ayizanga kuzosinceda kahle kahle, izosibulala. Kulapho sesi end up sesi kungenela i-community zosidonsa, sesifumana namhlanje sokhona nentatheli ezikhona, because xa singena apha emayini besingangena intatheli ezikhona amapolisa ekhona. So isimo sesiyasibona basishintshile ngoku, le nto bese siyoyizama sesibona ukuthi ayikho mthethweni. That's why namhlanje isimo sinje.
Okay. When Putwam, you managed to be rescued yesterday. After you were rescued, what was the process? Were you taken to a hospital? Have you been charged by the police?
Ndithe xa ngiphuma mna phezolo baye bandithatha oodoktar bakhona apha phezu kwe-shaft number 11, bafumanise ukuthi bandibona ndirayithi sesimeni uba ndingahamba ndiye endlini, batshekha nama-previous cases, into abazijonga ama-criminal record, bafumana ukuthi hayi andingomntu oyindlobongela or ngumntu ofunwayo sisizwe ohambe mosha nabantu. That's why namhlanje ndiphindela fumana ithuba ndithini ndiphinde ndibuyele phezu kweshaft ndizobona ukuthi ngabe i-community isakhona ukunceda na abanye abantu bakuthi savaleke underground.
So if you are given an opportunity, would you still go back? Because you spoke about the situation being tough, you are unable to get any other employment. If you are given an opportunity, would you still find yourself going down another shaft to make ends meet?
Xa ngafumana ithuba ngendlela right, maybe ngamazwi nje straight, if mineral resource angasondela azova izikhalo zabahlali or izikhalo zabantu bonke basemahlosana, kuba indawo lena enendawo ze-mines ezavalwayo ngobuninzi bazo, wonke umuntu ohleli apha akasebenzi. So that's why sithatha i-risk ezingaka singene ngentambo siyi-underground, because nangoku ndime apha xa ungathiwa amapolisa ayasuka ndingabuyela phantsi ndiyozama ukuthi at least nge-25 December nabambantana bafane nabantwana babanye abantu abasebenzayo, kuba sendiyabona ukuthi abambantana kulo December bolala bephuze amanzi. Njengale mpilo nam ndisuka kuyo bendilala ndiphuze amanzi ndingadli nix, bendiyozamela bona kanti ndiyozibulala.
Okay, siyabonga, but thank you so much. Mr. Mdluli, that is one of the miners who was actually rescued yesterday. He managed to get out of that shaft after spending almost 2 months in that shaft. Basically, what he was saying is that he went there voluntarily because there are no job opportunities in this area. So he found that going in there as a zamazama, an illegal miner as they are defined, that was the only way for him to try and make ends meet for his children. And he did indicate that after being pulled out, he was examined by some of the medical practitioners. He was also taken to the nearby police station. They checked if he had a previous conviction or an outstanding warrant against him. After they found that he didn't, then he was released. And he did say to us right now that should he get the opportunity, and if these police were to leave this area, he would go back down, because that is the only way he can make ends meet, Mr. Mdluli.
Now, Juniour, talk to us a little bit about this particular application that was brought by the Society for the Protection of our Constitution. What is the initial application about?
From what we understand, the application was to try and ensure that these individuals were not smoked out, as the Minister of the Presidency had said. So the application is against the Mineral Resources Minister, the Health Minister, the Police Minister, to try and ensure that all of these individuals that are actually trapped underground can actually be assisted by government. So the main application is to try and have government assist these individuals and not fold their hands, basically, and say that these individuals went there voluntarily, so they should basically make their own way onto the surface, or they should just be starved to death if they don't want to make their way there. So this organization is basically saying that this is inhumane, and this should actually not be tolerated. As we can see in that application, it says that the main application is going to continue on Tuesday. Actually, that's when the High Court in Pretoria is going to hear that main application. But for now, the court has made an interim order to say that all of the individuals underneath should not, their exit points should not be blocked, because we know that Operation Vala Umgodi means that the government was trying to rehabilitate some of these open shafts by closing all of those shafts. So these individuals are saying that this was preventing us from coming back onto the surface, meaning that we could end up losing our lives down there. So this application basically is saying let's not close these individuals underneath. Let them all find an exit onto the surface. But as the Minister of Police has already indicated, this does not mean that individuals who've been there and done something wrong do not go scot-free. They still need to face charges when it comes to being in the country illegally, or if they have any other outstanding criminal offenses that they've committed.